And welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Typhoons TV. This is episode number 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. Episode number 20. I just want to say thank you for the first season of Typhoons TV. Like I said, we will be bringing it back, hopefully, next season with a little twists and kicks and the upgraded version for you. A little bit of dazzle and sparkle, a little bit more interaction with Twitter, a little bit more interaction with Facebook Live, a little bit more interaction with you out there, the listeners, the loyal, trusted supporters. Try to pull a little bit more of you in. Periscope, Snapchat, Instagram. Just trying to do this at the elite level because that's if I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. So hopefully, we'll find bring you some top guests. To all look. All we're trying to do here is more than fantasy football. To be honest with you, we're just trying to help you get not only get better at this fake game, but also help you to get better at what's real, which is life. Okay, let's be real. All right, playoffs are now. Pretty much all your leagues. Playoffs start this Thursday. Oh, let me give you time date stamp. It's 10:32 a.m. Uh, December 4th, 2019. Now, pretty much playoffs start Thursday night. Chicago Bears, Dallas Cowboys at the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears are home. Now, if you made the playoffs, good. But if you didn't make the playoffs, your spouse still good. Your kids are still living and healthy, or you're still in school. You still got your grant. You know what I'm saying? You're still making money. You're still successful at life. That's all that matters. This here is just a secondary thing. You might have lost a couple of dollars. You might have lost this and that. You might have lost a little bit of pride, just a little bit of your ego shaved off. But as long as you're winning in life, who cares about fantasy football? I mean, let's be real. What we try to do, that's why we brought in the quote, the daily quote. Uh, this week is the way to get started is to quit talking about it and begin doing. Walt Disney. And that's going to move more over into your personal life as far as, let's say, if you're looking at yourself, all right, I'm a little bit overweight and I want to lose weight. Look, let me tell you something because, I had my abs out at one point in time in my life. That is a struggle, but it's an accomplishment because you got to sacrifice for it. There's no you stop watching these commercials. There's no peel. No, if once some I got an email the other day. Lose belly fat without changing your eating habits. Come on, man. Come on. They are playing on the narrative of you wanting to be in shape, but you don't want to do the work to get it. So the easiest way to get started of losing weight is to quit talking about it and start doing it. So that's what I started doing. I'm doing my early morning walk again, doing my late night walk again. Cut out all my sweets right now. No more sodas. Just simple. Just simple stuff I should have been doing the whole time, but I fell off. Now I'm going to get these abs back out. And I'm doing it all for the summer. You got to start now. And it's your fork. And I'll say this and I'll move on with fantasy football. The fork. The fork. I repeat, the fork. The fork is the most important piece to losing weight. Is your fork. Simple. You don't even have to go to the gym as long as your fork. As long as you're eating right, you're putting the right things in your body, what comes out will be right. The outcome will be right. You'll see yourself as you weigh yourself on your way to success, your weekly half pound a week. That should be your goal. You don't want to lose it all. The quicker you lose it, the quicker it comes back because it's water. But anyway, like I said, I've had my abs out. I've been through the long grind before. I know the sacrifice it takes, getting up in the morning, doing those 2-a-days. When you're getting right, when you see the shell of the abs, that's when you got to go into beast mode. You got to trick yourself. You got to eat this and that to shock your body, because your body sees it as starvation. So your body is trained and built to hold it. But you got to trick it into losing weight when you're already at 12% body fat. But anyway, welcome aboard. This is Typhoons TV, episode 20. I'm your host, the Fantasy Typhoon. Google or Bing the Fantasy Typhoon. Hit enter. That's my whole page. That's how you follow me. That's how you keep up with me. Like I said, we have some new things we're getting ready for 2020. And I want to start this off. I made this up. It came from me. So when you hear it somewhere else, Typhoon did this. I'm starting to call this month of December Fantasy Football Playoff Awareness Month. This is all about playoffs, playoff awareness. Everything you're doing now is trying to get a win this week, period. You should have been playing this way the whole year. But, sometimes you get those squads and you succeed and you kind of take your hand off the wheel and just kind of let it go a little bit. But, that's understandable. But we're entering what I call, your first time hearing it, Fantasy Football Playoff Awareness Month. So we're celebrating that. So good luck to you in your playoffs. Hope you get your win. You come back next week happy. Come back next week sad. But at the end of the day, as long as you're a winner at life, who cares about fantasy football? It's not real. Now, let me just move on to this right quick, because before I came on to do the show, I just got the little thing in my inbox. It was Ron Rivera's final addressing the media as in the Carolina Panthers media room. And I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, wow. When have I ever witnessed a firing so gracefully? Former players. So I'm not even talking about players on the squad now. You look at all the social media love the man got. Nothing but praise. Former players to players in the locker room right now. Man, those guys loved Ron Rivera. So I'm sitting there looking at like, are you making a mistake? You look at it. Cam went down last year. They were 4-1 or something. Cam went down against Pittsburgh. It was on the Thursday night. Everybody saw it. And he was hurt. From that point on, Cam was the one hobbling the team because he wanted to keep playing, but he wasn't 100%. If he would have went ahead and IR'd him right then and put him into surgery, da-da-da. But no, Cam wanted to keep playing and hoping it would heal itself, and got all the way to near the end of the season. Then they went ahead and IR'd him and whatever. He didn't come back. So this year you come into the season, all right, Cam gets hurt in preseason. His foot, plantar fasciitis or something of that nature. I don't know what it was, but something. Cam again, all right. I'm just going to let it heal on his own. Then it comes out today. He needs surgery. So all I'm saying is the new coach coming in, you got Cam, you got DJ Moore, you got Christian McCaffrey, you got Curtis Samuel, you got maybe Greg Olsen, you got Ian Thomas just in case he's gone. You got a good center, you got a good left tackle. Well, you got two left tackles. You got a good Luke Kuechly, Eric Reed. You got a young secondary. Actually, since basically Ron Rivera's tenure, all of them coming back. So oh man, I know you got a new owner. He wants to come in and kind of put his footprint on it. But man, whew, did he make a mistake? Man, as a Cowboys fan, I'd take Ron Rivera in a heartbeat. Now, because like I was telling you, it's not all about the wins and losses all the time. It's about that leader in the locker room that can lead men. And if you look, if you saw that press conference and you witnessed all the love and support, nobody is out, oh yeah, like you got that leak. Oh yeah, well, he was doing this and he was doing that and he was jacking this up and he was stealing from that. Man, none of that has come out. Now, it could come out, but as of the recording, 10:42 a.m., nothing bad has come out about Ron. The ball boys, everybody in the organization loved him. And during his press conference, he also said, hey, I brought my wife around the guys. I brought my kids around the guys to show them that, hey, I'm a father too. Showing them how to be the leader of your household or be a man in your household and to love your wife and your kids at the same time. Being that example. I'm like, man, if you don't think a player will react to that and a player will want to play for that, coach is right. Nobody's saying nothing negative about Ron Rivera. Nobody. But, man, watch when Jason leaves the building. They're already, past players like Dez Bryant are already calling him out now. Dez Bryant said something last week. Now, he didn't call him a racist, but he says he just doesn't understand. Of course he don't understand being black. He's a upper class white guy. He don't understand the hood. So of course there's that disconnect. But Ron Rivera is he's connecting with everybody. So Dev's like he can't. We're on two different. He can't connect with me. Was what Dez was trying to say. His message didn't kind of get to me because he can't relate to what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, it's about Ron Rivera. So, man, Ron, peace, my brother. I know you'll coach again. There is no doubt. Ron, somebody's going to scoop Ron up. It probably. Oh, that's right. He already coached for the Chargers. I think he did. So, hey, we'll see. Hate to see you go, man, but it's changed. They're on a losing record, so you look at then you look at Pittsburgh, lost their quarterback, lost the starting receiver, lost the starting running back, and boom, they're in the playoffs. So I mean, you can't. You lost Cam, but at the end of the day, man, it's all about wins. And he said he understood it. There's no animosity in him. When he said it was a little shocking, he said he kind of knew he was done. At the end of the year, he came out with that. He said, "Hey, man, I pretty much knew that this was the last ride, But he got him to the bowl. Didn't get a win, but he got him to the bowl. But hey, it is what it is. Now, going into that coaching. Now, me myself, I really don't like to chime in about my coach. Because I'm sitting here on my couch watching football. Who am I to kind of, dude's been in the game, coach has been in the game for kind of pretty much grown up through the ranks of football, even played football. I'm talking about Jason Garrett right now. And even played football. So, I mean, I can't really critique him and kind of give him a grade from the sideline, from my room. But I can in certain instances if you are connected to your team, whatever favorite team you have, fine. As long as you're connected with that team, with that organization. Because if you kind of like me from my youth all the way until now, I've only been now I love football, of course, but my favorite team has always and probably will only be the Cowboys, period. Right? So I've been through all the ups and downs and the firings and the Jimmy Johnson. Oh my God, love that era. Yeah, that's when I was really getting into it and getting acclimated with football. It was really when I could kind of start grasping it. Was through the Jimmy Johnson era, and I never understood why we fired him, but I do now as I got older and understand that Jerry wanted the light. The Super Bowls came with light. Jimmy was getting the light. It was his idea. It was his idea to trade the running back for all those picks. Running back, I forgot his name. We traded to Minnesota, got a boatload of picks, took that, and that was the turnaround. We did what you call it, like you do in Dynasty. Took over the team, sold your best asset, got 4 ones, and took it, and boom, Super Bowls. But it didn't come immediately. You had to grow, and you had to hit on those picks, mainly. Kind of like what's happening in Miami. You got to hit on those picks. Kind of what happened in Oakland. They let Khalil Mack and they let Amari Cooper go. Thank you. But now they got the picks in last year, and they did Mike Mayock did an excellent job on the picks. So it's not just trading. And I'm not saying this for your dynasty team and your keeper teams. It's not trading just for picks. You can load up and have 1 million picks. Who cares? You got to hit with what you do with the picks. That's all that matters. You could trade out Cortland Sutton and get 5 ones. But if you turn around and pick up 5 Corey Davises, you know what I'm trying to say? It's only until after you've drafted or after you've turned those picks into players or whatever you do with them, that's when you can sit back and assess the evaluation give a fair evaluation, assessment of the situation on which side did what. And I'll get to that at the end about value, because back in August everybody was screaming value, but now today you kind of know what value is. All right, for instance, let's just think you took David Johnson in the third. No, let's say you got David Johnson in the 4th round in August. You're like, oh my God, I got David Johnson. Boy, I got some value. Now, did you get value? So that's why I never say anything about value until after the season is over. So I'll go back to one of my redrafts and sit back and look at value and kind of see if did I really get value or didn't I? Now, I don't have a real update on Dalvin Cook, but man, have I been telling you about this situation all year? All year, pretty much, and I just stopped. And I was like, all right, they get it now. Some of every running back handcuff is not created equal. There are just some situations that, like I said, if you're going to, the deed, remember I did that scenario because I'm a real estate agent, it's about buying a deed to the land. You're buying all of it. So, in other words, I told you, if you wanted to go out and get Dalvin Cook, it would be wise to scrape up a little bit more capital to go out and get Alexander Mattison and then go ahead and pick Boone up off the wire. Just if you're gonna buy that situation, because it's not Cook, it's the situation that's fruitful. Cook could go down. You could bring in Mattison, RB1. Mattison goes down, bring in Boone, RB. You see what I'm trying? It's not so you're not giving Cook all the end all be all, because you could bring somebody else in that situation. The situation is what's good, not Dalvin. Not saying Dalvin Cook's not good. No, that's not. If that's what you heard, then you heard it wrong. What I'm saying is, in situations like that, when it's the game, it's the situation. You buy it all up. You buy it all up, but that's why I'm trying to tell you. Don't be that guy to get in the playoffs. Dalvin Cook goes down, and you are lining up in the playoffs against another guy who has Alexander Madison. Oh my God. I kept telling you, boy, don't let that be you. And then come Monday night, guess who goes down? Dalvin Cook. Guess who's deemed questionable to return and will not return for the afternoon? Dalvin Cook. Guess who comes in immediately after Dalvin Cook and takes every snap from that point on? Alexander Madison. Now, will Dalvin Cook play this week? I don't know yet. But if he doesn't, and you're down a super asset in the playoffs, and here comes a weaker team which you were supposed to dominate, now has activated Alexander Madison as the RB1 to help boost, and you were too cheap or too lazy or anyway. Boy, I am laughing. If this happens, I am laughing at you. Especially when we've told you on numerous occasions. Certain situations, Zeke, Tony Pollard, you gotta do it. It's just a smart thing to do. Now, being that Alexander Madison and Tony Pollard means more to the Zeke and the Dalvin Cook owner, you got to pay the premium because it means more to you. Now, somebody without Tony Pollard and they're trading, if a non-Zeke owner trades Tony Pollard to another non-Zeke owner, he's not going to pay that much. It doesn't mean nothing to him. But it means everything to me as a Zeke owner to have Pollard. I gotta have Pollard. I'm talking to dynasty keepers right now. That you just gotta bite the bullet and get that done. It's better to have him and not need him than to need him and not have him. Now let me flip all the way back over to my other topic that I had. I was talking about the coaches. Now, it's a little different here with me with Jason Garrett. And the reason why, like I was saying, I've been a Cowboys fan all my life. Two, I chart every game. So 3rd and 4, Witten, Cobb, or slant to Amari Cooper from the Z. I pretty much know what we're getting ready to do. So I said that to say I see the play calling and situational football awareness. I've seen it since week 1 all the way until now, and it's the exact same. Nothing has changed except for a couple now. There are a couple of dump offs to Zeke. Pretty much is what changed in our game plan. Through all this chaos, through all this, man, we got to win this game. We got to have this game. There's been no offensive changes as far as play calling. Now, 2 things we did do in the Buffalo game, we went to our number 1 picks. During the first quarter, Amari Cooper, Zeke pretty much touched the ball, period. That's one change we did make. And it was clear to me because I'm charting. I've watched it. And I say that to say this. You, for your team, and the reason why I'm able to do it is because years ago I read, keep your eye on the ball. Take your eye off the ball. Take your eye off the ball by Pat Curran. And I challenge you to read that book this off season. And then come back next year, whatever your favorite team is. You really want to get in the trenches. You really want to learn about football. You really want to know the tendencies and what your team is really doing. And you can see the changes. You're looking at it through a coach's lens. And now you can say, yeah, Let's fire this coach. Because now you have a better seat in the auditorium instead of just watching it as a complete fan. Now watch it as a coach fan. You're sitting on your couch. Now you are a part of that play calling plan because it's 3rd and 4 is situational football. You go back and look through all your 3rd and 4s or 3rd and 5s or whatever. You see pretty much the same play calling going through to the same person. There's no adjustments coming. And if my little pea brain can see that from my chair at my house, just watching the TV copy, what do you think a defensive coordinator can see? That's all I'm saying. Pat Kerwin, take your eye off the ball. Make sure you buy it. It comes with a DVD, and it gives you a chart, a basic chart, a real NFL chart, and it teaches you how to chart each possession, each game that your team is in. And when I first really got into this, when I really had the time, I would chart all teams. So by week 4, I kind of knew what was happening. And that's when my analysis was at its best, when I really had the time to really do this. If I could get paid to do this, I could go to a whole nother level for the simple fact that I could use this platform to feed my family. Oh, man. Analysts would be out of the roof because now I have time to really get in there because I know what to look for. I have time to really get in there and pull those real gems out, and I could give you gems daily that matter. I'm not just saying stuff just to be saying it. I give you stuff with substance, have you dodging landmines. No, don't pick that guy up. For what? But I'll keep moving on. Take your eye off the ball, Pat Kerwin. I challenge you to read it twice during the off season and come back in September ready to rock and roll with your team. A little bit better, a whole lot better than what's happening now. Let's see. My battery's about to go dead, so let me get this in. Sitting back watching Monday night, what jumped out at me was just so clear. Rashaad Penny, he's ready. I could finally sit here and endorse. We've never endorsed Rashaad Penny. He's not ready. He's ready. And he's not hitting the outside all the time. And 2, he's taking what's there. And 3, I saw him take the ball and tippy toe his feet a little bit. Wait. I'm like, what? Rashaad Penny is being patient? Waiting for the hole? He's catching everything out the backfield and lining them up in the W, in the slot position. He's ready. Now is the time. I'll sit there and let you hold him. Now during the rookie drafts, yoink. While you looking at that brand new shiny new toy, yoink. Give me Rashaad Penny. He's ready now. He's ready to actually challenge Chris Carson for that job. And we all know Pete Carroll will give the job to the person that is worthy of it. He has no favorites on any position. If somebody could come in and outdo Russell Wilson right now, Russell Wilson will not be playing. I don't care how much you pay Russell Wilson. Pete Carroll will play the best player, period. So, look, while everybody else drooling over that new toy, yoink, give me Rashaad Penny. The team runs the ball. They're built around running the ball. And, he's just simply faster. Stuff Chris Carson can get open and maybe get 30 yards. Penny takes those to the house. I was just sitting back going through contracts, just going over some things because I'm looking at Dak, looking at what Dak is going to. Dak probably be coming in at about 35, maybe 36, 37. So I'm just sitting back looking to see what Dak's coming in. And you know what I realized? Jared Goff and Aaron Rodgers make the same amount of money. Can you believe that? Jared Goff and Aaron Rodgers have the same exact contract. Hey, you tell me. Now let's just go back and look at one of my drafts, and now let's look at what value looks like now. Now we can sit back and look at value. Because just think if you got Cam Newton in the 20th round, boy, I got value. Boy, everybody like, woo, look at that value. You know, everybody talking. You putting it on Twitter. Boy, I got value, didn't I? No, you didn't. You got David Johnson in the 8th round. Woo, wee. I got value. Everybody was asleep at the wheel. Look at my team. David Johnson. Da 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 stud da 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 da. No, you didn't. Now is the times when you reflect. When you're out the playoffs, well, my team's in the playoffs, but when you're out the playoffs, now you go back and that's how you get better for next year. All right, let me look at my first pick, number 4. I took McCaffrey. Was that a value pick? Absolutely. You won't saying it then. But now I'm sitting back looking at it. Boy, I got some value off Christian McCaffrey. He should have been the number 1 player coming off the board. I got him at number 4. I mean, not much, but there's a little value there. Second round, flipped back, scooped up Tyreek Hill, which thinking Tyreek Hill might be the number 1 wide receiver coming off the board next year. Tyreek Hill in your redraft. Tyreek Hill, I do some to finish my 32-point process. I'm about in the number 18. I still got about 10, maybe 12 more points to complete. But as of this far, yes, I'm already working on next year. Absolutely. From what I see, Tyreek Hill might be your wide receiver 1 next year. So pay attention. Third round, got Amari Cooper. So I got Christian McCaffrey as RB1. Tyreek Hill as my wide receiver 1. He got hurt a little bit. He hasn't really done what I really, really wanted him to do. So value might have lost a little value on Tyreek Hill. Amari Cooper in the 3rd round. It's about where Amari was going. Amari, I'm not mad at Amari. He's okay. He's done exactly. Matter of fact, he's number 4. He's number 6 in PPR. So yeah, I'm good. If I can pick the number 6 wide receiver in the 3rd round, absolutely, that's value. Mark Ingram in the 4th. So now I got Chris McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper, Mark Ingram as my RB2. Where is Mark Ingram at right now? Was that a value pick? Let's see if Mark Ingram was a value pick. Bear with me right quick, folks, as I go to the computer. I'm not going to edit this. Just letting you know, hey, this is real time. This is real life situations. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a human being just like you that just happens to love fantasy football just like you. And let's see. Let's go to player stats. And let's see. Let's plug in running back. Let's see what running back look like. I got Christian McCaffrey and Mark Ingram. Christian McCaffrey is the top, not only the top running back, he's the top player over all the quarterbacks. Then I got Mark Ingram. Where is he? Mark Ingram's number 9. So I got 2 top 10. Now I got the number 1 running back and then the 10th running back. Let's look at wide receiver. Got the number 1 running back and the 10th running back. These are just the first 4 rounds. Now let's look at wide receiver. All right, let's see what Cooper is. Cooper's number 7. And to find out what Tyreek Hill really is, you got to put it on average because he missed some games. So let's just see what his average is. His average is telling you when he was available. What number is he? Tyreek Hill is wide receiver number 14. But I was expecting more from him, so I'm not even going to sit there and sugarcoat it. All right, let's move on. Let's see what else. What else it looks like here. Then I took Evan Ingram in the fifth. He was doing real good until he got hurt. All right, let's see. Let's look at the average on him. Let's see what tight end is he until he fell off, till he got hurt. So I hadn't really been able to use him. So he's not a value as far as that is concerned. But let's just look at what he was doing before he got hurt. Let's just take a look at what his value is. Evan Ingram, number 5. So had the number 5 tight end, number 6 and number 14 wide receiver, number 1 and number 10 wide receiver. Now, wide receiver 3, number 6 was Will Fuller. Let's take a look at old Fuller. Boy, I love Will Fuller, man. He is underrated every year. So I just went ahead and got him. These are some dogs in this league. I'd rather have him and overpay than miss him. Let's see. We got to do an average on Fuller because he had the hamstring issue. So let's see where he really is. If he really makes the top anything. Nope. Will Fuller didn't do anything. So Will Fuller is past number 32. So yeah, I lost big time on that. Will Fuller crushed me. So Will Fuller crushed me. Big Ben, round number 7. We all know. I'm running Ryan Fitzpatrick. Picked up Deshaun Jackson, number 8. That was a hit until he went down. He got hurt. Then I got Geronimo Allison, number 9. Ronald Jones, number 10. He was doing pretty good. James Washington, picked him up round 11. Looking to be valued now because, hey, I'm playing him in the playoffs. Picked up Jamal Williams, round 12. Picked up Matthew Stafford, round 14. He was running the ship. He was doing real good until something happened to his back. Went ahead and scooped up Tony Pollard, round 14. That just a wasted pick. Picked up Denver, round 15. Went linebacker, Tremaine Edwards, round 16. Chris Thompson, running back, round 17. Picked up Mike Davis, running back. He was for the Chicago Bears, now for the Carolina Panthers, number 18. Tryon Matthew, safety, round 19. Terry McLaurin, wide receiver, round 20. Value. Cameron Jordan, defensive end, round 21. Rookie Devin Bush, linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers, round 22. It's a return yardage league, so I went ahead and got Cordarrelle Patterson, wide receiver for the Chicago Bears at number 23. Went ahead and picked up DJ Chark, wide receiver, Jacksonville Jaguars at number 24. Then I went ahead and picked up my kicker, Brandon McManus, Denver Broncos, number 25. 25 rounds. So value came in at DJ Chark, number 24. Terry McLaurin, wide receiver, Redskins, at number 20. He's hurting now that now that the rookie is under center for the Washington Redskins, Dwayne Haskins. Let's see, what other value? Stafford in 13. That was a good one until he got hurt. Well, I guess if he got hurt, it wasn't good. James Washington is now playing for me, and he was an 11th round pick. DJ Chark is playing for me. He was a 24th round pick. Let's see. And pretty good on McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Cooper. So Ronald Jones pretty much lost on that one. Geronimo Allison, that was a bad pick. Deshaun Jackson started out good, and that turned out to be bad. So I lost round 7. I lost round 5, round 7, round 8, round 9, round 10. Round 18, round 14. So now you go back and take a look. And then after that, what you do is kind of just go back and just redo the draft now, knowing what you know now. Knowing that all these players have sprouted out and grew wings and now have a different value than what you really perceived from the beginning. Because remember, at the beginning of the season, we don't know nothing. We know nothing. So you can't do value then. I mean, you can. You can do what you want to do, but it's not wise to do value until now. Now you really get the benefit and it soaks in. Okay. Now what this does is teaches you for the 2020 redraft, gives you a better sense when you're sitting there making those decisions. Now that you know, I could have done this, could have swerved here and there. Now you might not take the same player next year. As far as like let's say if DJ Chark is there in a different round next year, I probably won't take him. You see what I'm saying? So it's a case by case basis. So now I know what I did taking gambles on my wide receivers late. That seemed to work for me. Let's keep doing it until it fails. So now next year, I'm going to take another shot on some young wide receivers late in my draft. So now, when I'm making my draft plan, I might not compensate. I might not take a Will Fuller that early. In round 6, I might not make that a wide receiver round this year. You know what? Let's move into another direction. Let's try something else. But the first round running back, that seemed to work. I'll do that again. I'll take a wide receiver in the second round again. I do a wide receiver in the third round again. In that fourth round when I'm coming back, okay, that seemed to work. Let's do that again. Now, in the fifth round, in the sixth round, in the seventh round, we're going to change that. That's what I missed. Evan Ingram, Will Fuller, and Ben Roethlisberger. Now, they were good players when they were playing, but all of the injury kind of, I don't know. I'm not going to let injury change my perception. Because if Ben was healthy, Will Fuller would have been healthy, and Evan Ingram would have been healthy, those guys would have pretty much panned out for the place that I took them. But all I'm saying is now, during the off season, you get to sit back and soak it in, you know, and kind of give you some. I'm talking to folks that's not playing. Seasons is over. While it's still fresh on your memory, go back through it and do it and save that. Go back through all your 25 rounds and look and see who was behind you, who you could have taken. Then do a draft of all the players you should have taken, because it's going to look different. And you keep that. And then that's what you take in the next year. And then when you're making your draft plan, you plan accordingly. And you pop in you mix and match, which helps you for the 2020 season. That's how you use value to your advantage. That's how you become a better fantasy player. That's how you learn certain situations when you're on the clock, because this was a Yahoo league. You got like 2 minutes on the clock when you have to make a decision. Now, this helps make you gives you better instincts, because now you have better information into your database. All right. Well, Google being the Fantasy Typhoon, hit enter. That's my whole page. I'm the Fantasy Typhoon, a.k.a. The Mentalist. And you have any questions or concerns for me, the Fantasy Typhoon at hotmail.com. Actually, this off season, I'm reading the Gridiron Genius and a couple of more. I just got the Gridiron Genius came in. Let's see, where's that book at? Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can find that book. I bought it off Amazon. It looks like it was a library copy. Yeah, it looks like somebody took it out the library or something. Can you see it? But this is the Gridiron Genius. I love hardbacks, and I love actual books. Sometimes I do, do the Amazon Kindle. I'll probably buy it on that too. So if I'm out on the road, on the plane, or whatnot, I still have it with me. But I like having I have a library. I like having the actual book with me. So yes, I did. I went ahead and bought Gridiron Genius. This is going to be my off season. That's my off season reading, along with went and bought my boy. Like I said, we're getting back in the gym. We're getting back to fitness. Gonna get the abs back in the game. So I got my boy to help me get that accomplished, because we all need help. We need assistance. We need mentors. So I urge you, go out and get Pat Kerwin, keep your eye on the ball, and Mike Lombardi, Gridiron Genius. All right. As always, Google being the Fantasy Typhoon, hit enter. That's my whole page. That's how you follow me. But you know the rules. Don't just win. Dominate. We go.